It's okay.
Andre, I've been wondering, why are side-by-sides so popular? I mean, this Polaris Xpedition Northstar costs $45,000, and yet that's the same amount that you would pay for a Bronco or a Wrangler. In Utah, 200,000 of these have been registered, but I'm still stuck with the fact that you can't take them on-road here in Colorado, and yet people love them.
Is it because it's green?
It could be, but you can get a green Bronco.
No, I'm kidding, of course. But how are we going to find out? I propose we take this brand new Xpedition Polaris and we take it on our Ironclad's Rocky Mountain Trail and actually figure out why is it so popular.
Yeah, and before we do that, Tommy's behind the camera. Let's have him do a walk around and show you guys exactly what you get for your 45K.
Check it out, Tommy. Is that why it costs so much? It's 4,500 pound winch right there.
Yeah, you get, 4,500 pound winch for 45 grand, but you also get an entire Xpedition attached to it. Now, I really like the idea behind this vehicle because this is kind of the adventure-oriented Polaris.
Yeah.
It's the one with the enclosed cab, the AC, the features. It's also got a 12.5 gallon fuel tank, bigger than a standard Razor, so it's meant to kind of go on longer adventures.
Exactly, and it combines, I think, Polaris has been doing it for many, many years. It combines a sport aspect of it. We can show the suspension of it. It combines utility with a bed and also enclosed cab.
So if you want to kind of come up to the suspension, let's talk about what we're looking at. Now, 14 inches of front suspension travel, 15 in the back. And Andre, what's the shock absorber?
Well, we got Foxes here, and they are adjustable. If you see right here, there's a knob on each shock, and you could turn it from kind of softer to firmer. But I found an issue on the rear shock, Tommy, especially on the passenger side. Those knobs are a little bit hard to get to.
And they're kind of near the exhaust, so they get pretty toasty.
Yeah.
Now, kind of the cool thing we mentioned about this one is the enclosed cab. So it's a proper four-door unit with glass windows and they're power roll-down windows, which is unbelievably luxurious. Then coming out back, you mentioned the utility, Andre.
Yes.
Not only can you seat a full 4 people in this unit, 5 people actually, if you want to
5 seat belts.
if you want to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But you can also pivot the bed.
Dump your bed.
Now this is a pretty small bed. We're only looking at a 2.5 foot length and then about a 4 foot width. But in a pinch, you could hold your gear, right?
Yeah, I would say, and you guys can also comment on this, this is a great place to put maybe a cooler, maybe a couple of storage bags, because you don't want to maybe take up some of the interior space. You could put it out back.
And then when you look down here, these are a 30-inch tall tire, the Pro Armor design, right? You can, though, fit these with 33s or more if you want to get a little bit more bold. 15-inch wheels. And then, Andre, what's the engine?
Well, the engine is a 999cc. That's kind of where the name comes from, XP1000.
Yep.
Basically, almost a 1-liter engine. It's a twin. Yeah, let's open this. It's a parallel twin, right? And 114 horsepower. But, as we'll find out soon, you have to rev it pretty high, and it's a bit noisy. 8,500
RPM redline with, of course, a continuously variable transmission. So this is not the most high-performance vehicle. It tops out about 65, 70 miles an hour, which is still pretty good for side-by-side, but compared to some of the turbo stuff. And then this is going to be your fuel filler down here. So potentially you could get over 200 miles of range,
which would be amazing
on this vehicle, right? But I've heard reports that with fuel economy off-road, it might be closer to like 120, 130.
Yeah, and also you can get an adventure ADV version of this.
Yep.
And the adventure version of this has an enclosed kind of an SUV body instead of a dumb bed. So you can have a couple different versions of it. Roman, why are we wearing helmets?
Because it's safe.
Yes, and legal.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be doing some pretty hard stuff, Andre.
Also, we could be tipping.
There's a chance of rolling, so it's good to have helmets.
Some protection.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right, Razor Rocks. So one of the things...
Oh, there. I fixed my helmet. Okay.
One of the things I'm hoping for, Andre, is that this is a lot more comfortable. I'm putting in comfort mode than,
any SUV or truck, right?
Yeah, exactly. Where you get that head bob, you got a lot more suspension travel here, and you've got the comforts of home with air conditioning.
Let's get it going, dude.
Air conditioning is on.
So, this vehicle, it has a purpose, right? Off-roading is the purpose.
Yes.
You're not going to be commuting down your highway in this. So, even if you live in Utah. So, I think that's why it's more comfortable, right? Because it's focused on off-roading.
Yeah, except it's really loud.
It's very loud.
I would say, like when I see people, driving these, oftentimes they have radios,
Yeah.
so they can talk to each other.
It's like a motorcycle almost, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? It's super comfy.
Yeah, the steps are easy. And shall we try the Razor Rocks? Are you in 4 low, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm in low gear selector.
All right. That wasn't very comfortable.
What? It was not.
No, I almost slammed my helmet in ears.
No, but I was trying to go fast.
Why?
Because this is a side-by-side. I'm on a race.
Well, no, this is rock crawling. You don't go fast rock crawling.
So should I try the similar line or what?
Just do the medium one.
So we do have 14 inches of ground clearance. We have a kind of clearance control arms. Whoa! You okay?
Yeah. I don't like this. No, Andre, don't. We're going the wrong way, man. Go back, please.
Okay.
This is not good. Go back. Yeah, I feel like we're about to tip over. I'm very close.
Well, I thought we're done tipping.
No, we're about to tip. Let's not do that, please. That was pretty scary.
You know, we don't have a lot of wheelbase.
Yeah, I would say we don't do that again.
Okay. So should I tack it a different way?
Yeah, just go straight. Here's my rule. If I can reach over and touch the ground,
Yes.
we're probably not in a good position. Right? That is Roman's rule.
Yes.
And I could have touched the ground there without.
But you didn't because it was glass.
Yeah, but if I had opened the glass, I could have just touched it without even like leaning over.
Well, I can go straight up this way.
Let's just no.
Okay.
Now you can do it.
You see, it doesn't have a lot of travel, so to speak. It's not a solid axle vehicle, right?
Yeah, here we go.
I touched a little bit in the center.
Well, all right.
So I think for that type of obstacle, this is not an ideal machine.
No.
But I think how small and narrow it is, it could be really awesome.
I was saying, Tommy, that if you can touch the ground
With your hand?
with your hand out the window, you are not in a good position. How close were you to tipping over?
I don't think it would have tipped over because I think the rear wheel would have started to climb. You were at the deepest point. It wouldn't have gone any more than that.
Well, I could have just reached over and touched the ground.
Yeah, but I don't think you would have rolled it. But it was pretty cool looking.
Was it nice?
Yeah, it looked really cool. So as you'd expect for the price point, a very luxurious interior by any kind of side-by-side standard. So we have a partially digital TFT here. You've got that center portion, which is fully digital. It tells you your odometer, your drive mode, some important information. You got your speedometer and of course your tachometer. Over here on the left side of the steering wheel, you've got your light controls, full LED headlights, JBL premium sound system in this one. You can fold the windshield open, and then your ride command system, 7-inch ride command. Of course, you got full navigation in this. However, the move is don't use Polaris' navigation. Use OnX Off-Road, the #1 off-road trail navigation software. You can find out where we're at today, which is on the Ironclad's loop. Find out all the important trail information. You also have control over your audio system through the 7-inch screen. Here's your 4-wheel drive controls. So you've got your turf mode, which is rear-wheel drive open diff. You've got rear-wheel drive lock diff, 4-wheel drive lock diff, comfort, standard, and sport modes, although Andre mentioned that the suspension is manually adjustable. Down here, we've got our climate system, so you can change where the air goes. You've got heat, air conditioning, and then your fan, which really blows the beans off of you, but it is a pretty loud fan if you're not used to side-by-side fans if you come from the off-road, the car space. So down here, you've got your windshield wiper control. Andre's hopping in the back.
I'm gonna sit behind you.
So you got your windshield wiper control here.
With the squirter?
Yeah, dude, you got your integrated washer fluid nozzle there. A ton of blank switches, so if you wanted to upfit, for example, with lights and accessories, you can do that there. Here's your shifter. As Polaris has typically had issues with the shifters and kind of the actuation, but I like this because park is all the way forward, right?
Yeah.
And high is all the way backwards.
Yeah.
So it's easy to go from park to high. Reverse is a little tricky, but they've massaged this throughout the years and made it much easier.
Yeah, but it's also very automotive style. So if you've been driving a truck all your life, like we have, it's pretty easy.
And then down here, of course, power windows, which is such a cool thing to have on a side-by-side. And then we have a little bit of a lockable center console here, so I can take the key, you can stick it in this hole. That's the wrong key, but you can.
That's okay. I think you need to use some muscle.
No, you got to use the other key, I think, to unlock this, which I didn't bring. But you got full center console here, and then you also got a good-sized glove box with a USB port.
But Tommy, you also have removable cup holders.
Nice, and you've got a pretty good, oh, you know what bar back there.
Yes, I can be comfy back here.
Hold on for dear life, everybody.
Okay, we are approaching Sawtooth, Andre.
Yes.
This is a test of breakover.
Exactly. And you know what? We just did Truth or Dare. We didn't show it because it was so easy. And I just drove like it was an afternoon drive. Just really easy.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see all your corners on this, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we have good breakover here. We're about to go over.
And I'm attacking it actually in an aggressive way.
Yeah, I see that.
Slowly does it.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Easy.
Has really good approach and departure angle as well.
Yeah.
All right, Andre, we're at the V-notch, buddy.
All right, so I haven't done the full loop in some time. You have though, you've been here recently.
Now the problem with the V-notch is in a normal car or truck, you have to take the left line because you don't have enough sidewall typically to straddle the V-notch because it's basically a cliff, right?
Yeah.
And we took a couple of vehicles up this, including our Ranger Raptor, and that was pretty sketchy, along with the trail.
Because it's tippy on the side?
Yeah, so we'll roll that clip now.
Okay.
God, this looks so boring on camera. Little driver. Yeah. That's gonna start to feel pretty gnarly now. You can go straight, Case. Yep. Oh man, I wish I could get a better angle of what this looks like. Doing a great job though. Yeah, you're looking good, my dude. Woo! Heck yeah, that was a line. Now, Andre, how wide is this unit?
Well, it's only 64 inches wide, which means we also don't have side mirrors, which is, I think, is a miss. But you could add them later. But you could pick your line, right?
So I'm not actually going to go on the side slope on the V-notch. I'm going to try and straddle it because we have so much sidewall here.
Yeah.
And that's going to make this experience hopefully a lot less scary. And look at that.
Oh my gosh, it's like you and I are going to a grocery store right now to pick up some groceries.
And dude, just a couple weeks ago, a built-out Wrangler completely flopped on that.
Really?
But because you said, you know, we got such big sidewalls,
Yeah.
such a narrow kind of vehicle, we can really pick our lines up this steep climb.
Yes, that's very, very impressive. But you know what's not impressive?
What?
Is the articulation. Like you saw, Roman and I had trouble on the Razor Rock.
Yep.
You know how a Jeep would have like your axles moving in a really precise way?
Uh-huh.
This doesn't have that.
It's pretty stiff.
Yeah. So Tommy, I haven't been here in like a year, and I can see it's a lot more washed out than it's ever been before.
Dude, this part's pretty gnarly. I think this trail is rated like a 7 out of 10 on Onyx.
Yeah.
And you can really see why. We've got these large stone fixtures that we got to navigate through.
Outcropping, I would say.
Now I'm going to call this obstacle the Stone Stomper.
No, frame grinder?
The frame grinder.
Well, first you need to grind your gears.
So we forced the thing at a low range. There's no like torque converter.
Yes.
So it rolls backwards. So you got to do some two-footing.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if we have the clearance to tackle the Stone Stomper, the frame grinder.
Frame grinder.
You're right about this vehicle not articulating very much.
Right?
It really picks up a lot of wheels all the time.
But it does have the traction to do it, right? It's got basically locking differentials.
Come on, baby.
It's also, this vehicle is very heavy. You know what I'm saying?
It is very heavy for a side-by-side.
Yeah.
But look at it just cruise up Stone Stomper.
It almost never touched anything.
Yeah, we didn't get any kind of grinding, and
No.
I did that obstacle recently in the new 4Runner.
Can we show that now?
Let's show some of those clips now.
Yes.
Go slow. We're using that front skid plate a lot with that independent front suspension. There we're using the transfer case skid plate. You can really just feel the rock all the way underneath the vehicle. Andre, a couple of things we're noticing here.
Yeah.
It has AC, right?
Yes.
But even on AC on max, it's about 83 degrees outside there. It's cold, but it's not like car cold, right? It kind of is Luke cold.
Yeah. But you know what? It's better than not having it.
For sure.
But also, like, I can roll up my glass and we don't have any dust in here.
Yeah.
Right?
That's really
So that's
nice.
a big deal. Like if you have asthma or something else, or if you have a young, child maybe, this could be very comfortable for your family as well.
And what we find with this thing is it's actually pretty easy to talk under 4,000 RPM. The issue is that it spends a lot of its life between like 4 and 8,
Yes.
and then it's incredibly loud.
Yes.
Right?
And it's also loud outside of it as well as inside of it
Right.
too.
You're exactly right. So this part of the trail, we got these nasty rocks and boulders.
Okay.
So
Are you in low?
We're locked up, we're going into low.
Okay.
Come on, baby, let's climb this thing. It's amazing that this vehicle only has 30-inch tires,
Yeah.
but the way the suspension is designed with those control arms that kind of curve,
Yeah.
you have a ton of clearance.
I've only touched once. So, I mean, we've only touched once on this trail so far, and it was not a big scrape.
And what's so nice about this part
Yeah.
is it gets real narrow through here,
Oh, I see that.
right? And in a full-size car or truck, or even a mid-size car or truck, you are grinding the wheels through these rocks here.
And you're grinding your side steps and frames, right?
Oh,
Everything, right?
All of it. But this thing, look at how it just kind of slides through here. Now, I don't think we have any forward-facing cameras.
No, not on this model. I mean, you could option it, but it's already like what, 45 grand.
The only thing I don't like about this, Andre, which
What?
you mentioned, is, and I think you just get used to it, but you spend a lot of time three-wheeling it. So
Yeah.
really any kind of bumps, you're gonna be on 3 wheels, right?
I know, I wish it would have put its wheels down more.
So now we got the mega step. This
All
is
right.
the final obstacle on the way up.
Okay.
Okay, Andre.
All right, Tommy, so this is a test of approach angle, but we have a lot of it.
Yeah,
Right?
let's see if it can do this. This is a pretty gnarly step here. There it goes.
Wow.
There's the front end. Let's see if the back will
Gotta
climb.
bump it.
Oh,
You did!
dude, like nothing.
Oh my God.
Holy cow! What a beast, dude.
Dude, I thought we were gonna get hung up on
We
it.
got a little bit of a scrape, and it went right up. That was impressive.
That is very impressive.
That was
What
cool.
did the Forerunner do on this?
Not that line. We had to go far left. That
Okay.
was awesome.
All right, this is a very dangerous turn right here. Usually if you've got a very wide vehicle, you have to come around, and you can see this rock. The problem is you put your driver's side wheel on the rock and then your other wheel over there, and it gets you tippy, and then you got to do this very tippy turn.
Tommy, I decided, turn off AC, open up the windscreen, roll down the window a hair so we can talk to our spotter, Roman, right?
Yep.
And then we actually have better visibility, right?
Yeah, this part's kind of tricky because it's very off kilter and there's a tight right turn. So if things start going south, A, don't put your hand out the window.
Okay.
And B, I'm going to throttle out of it.
I think you can make it, Tommy.
So I think you have to turn all the way my way.
Well, I think I was going to try to ride that
you
ridge.
Okay.
You got plenty. You can turn passenger. You're good. Yes. Now straight. You're going to be on top. Perfect.
We're going to ride the ridge,
You're
Andre.
going to ride the ridge, Tommy.
And we can do this because
Stay
we're
high,
narrow,
stay
right?
high.
Oh,
Ride the ridge. Back wheel's going to come off a little bit.
It's okay.
Okay, nice work.
Oh my God.
just throttle out of it, Andre.
When in doubt, throttle out.
We slipped off the ridge, but it didn't matter.
Tommy,
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see it, but there was a little bit of a brown moment in my eyes.
Yeah, but we made it. So that's the issue with these things. They don't articulate at all. And then when they start to go, they really start to go. So I just got on the throttle.
Yeah, but that took skill, right? Because your natural reflex is to brake, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to brake.
You don't want to brake because you tip further.
Is that poo I smell?
Yeah.
The little poo came out.
Did a little poo come out there?
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
You did the exact right thing.
But the good thing about these is because there's no like shiny plastics underneath or like bumpers you have to worry about, you can really feel good about just powering out of stuff because you're not going to break really anything underneath it.
yeah, you turned into the fall line, gave it power, and rescued it.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Tommy, I think there's one feature we forgot to talk about.
What's that?
You know how Rolls-Royce has self-closing doors?
Uh-huh.
Watch this. Look at that. Self-closing.
It does get pretty old on the trail when you're hopping in and out to have the door close on your leg every time you get out of the thing.
Look, this is supposed to be a 5-person. It's really a 2-person if you're tall like me. The back seat is too narrow and kind of too tight. And I have to say, Tommy, there is not a nice piece of plastic in any of this thing.
Look, it's been meant to be durable and not luxurious, but the problem is at this price point, over 40 grand, you'd expect it to be a little nicer.
Everything feels a little bit toy-like, you know, when you put it in gear, there's no real click as to what gear you're in. When you close the door, it kind of just closes. It doesn't really have a, but I guess that's because it's meant to be light and it's meant to be agile and it's meant to be quick, and it is quick.
Yeah, and I think what makes these so good, is the fact that they're much lighter than a normal vehicle. The suspension doesn't have to meet on-road use, so it can be kind of more wallowy, right, and give you some more ability to absorb the bumps. And then it's a little bit narrower, so you can pick your lines. The downside with this is there's very little articulation, so you pick up tires constantly, and it's almost a little too narrow where it can get kind of tippy on you at points.
And look, we've had on this trip 2 of the scariest moments I've had in the last 5 years, and I think that's not something that I was expecting from something that is, you know, ultimately this capable.
What I would say is on like level 3 to level 6 trails, these things bomb. They can go so fast, they take up all the baby heads, all the baby sized rocks like it's nothing. When you get it on the level 7 and above, then things get a little sketchier.
Yeah, and at 45, dude, it's a lot of money. I think at that point I'm in for a Bronco or Wrangler that I can drive to, you know, the local burger shop and not have to trailer back home.
Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below.
As always, this is Roman,
Tommy, and Andre.
Hey, Andre, what do you think of it? We haven't gotten your opinion yet. Come on, we need what you think.
Okay, so I kind of echo what Tommy is saying, because it took us an hour to do the entire loop, Tommy.
Yeah.
And normally it would take, what, 2-3 hours?
Yep.
So this machine saved us time, but it was tippy.
Yeah. So it's very fast. It's also very tippy.
Yes.